Sitting here trying to relax. We got rain, but some water came down in through the thing. I don't know if it was from the cooler unit or thing. It just tells me I got more work I got to do on the roof again. Lowe's and Home Depot, because I'm Ralphie and Mr. McCall's cool as all get out, right? I'm just being obnoxious. Well, I was born obnoxious. um, yeah, it's you get a lot of people when I make these videos is they're playing you. They're never going to stop. It's like I get that all the time. They're playing you. It's never going to stop. They're playing you. And my sister said that to me about the stuff with the things they learn from people here. It's like, why don't they do it with you? Why aren't you more intelligent than Stephen Hawking? So why don't they do it with everybody? And then it's because you're susceptible and you got an ego. I've got an ego problem. But I don't think I'm God, and you guys do. Okay? God's omniscient and omnipotent. Okay? And that's tangible. Okay? A human being God and living magic stories is not tangible. So I'm certain, that I'm the 1322nd Redeemer and the one who redeems the faith and the teachings of I'm certain I am who I am. So I don't sit there. They're playing you. It's never going to stop. The only thing that tells me is when people say that is that you're symbiotic to these people. Either you're like them, you don't want it to stop, or you're complacent and you're going to do nothing to correct it. So that's all that tells me. It doesn't tell me that, okay, you're the 1322nd Redeemer. You're the eternal spirit of David and Yahweh. It doesn't tell me a damn thing. It's no help. When someone said, they're playing you and it's never going to stop. They're playing you and it's never going to stop. What's never going to stop? People are never going to stop lying. Okay, we have quantum computing, guys. Look, with quantum computing, it's like a babysitter. It's like because they had to invent something to keep themselves safe from each other. Because they're playing you and it's never going to stop. And so when they invent something that has to keep them safe from each other, when it becomes intelligent like myself or the gracious good shepherd, Muhammad, so forth, then the technology is going to become more like it says in the Matrix movies and the prophecy of the Hindus and the Buddhist. The technology will assimilate to the Krishna and the Buddha, not Shiva and the devil, right? Because the devil destroys everything. We're given life. When you look at the design, okay, it's eloquent. It's gorgeous. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. We share memories with molecular structures that are similar. So when you hit the mark, you get to continue to share memories. And then, like Haile Selassie talked about, 80, 20, 90, 10. Tithings of comfort and joy and stuff. So obviously the Messiah is far more humble, gracious, and intelligent than the scientific community that denies him, right? So it's just faith and gratitude. And so I'm not, they're playing you and it's never going to stop. Okay, you're never going to stop lying. That's what that tells me. You either accept the lie and you're going to accept the lie and you're never going to stop lying to yourself. Okay, I always got to pay money to live here. I always got to get fucked by the people that are, and I understand a lot of it now better because it's violent, sex cult, aggressive behavior. And the people, I'm getting away with this. You're not getting away with a goddamn thing. Look, when you do things selfishly and incorrectly, everything's constantly at threat. It's a goddamn Suicide fucking Squad movie. It's the Living Dead. It's like the Living Dead. It's irresponsible, okay, to derive entertainment and spend hours watching that kind of entertainment with something that's not feasible or tangible and completely and utterly disgusting. Okay, you're talking about zombies that eat people's brain, and stuff. Just like, okay, cannibalism, right? Well, Michael Rockefeller, right? New Guinea, right? Okay. Yeah, Native Americans. There's not as high of a cannibalism thing among Northern Europeans. Okay. There is among Native Europeans. There was, I guess, in African tribes and in Polynesian, in areas and stuff like that. New Guinea and near the Pacific and stuff. So, head hunting and things like that. The Europeans could be vicious. They're, Vikings and things and stuff like that. You just had certain pockets where there was good prayer in the Middle East. There was a lot of vicious abuse among Apaches and other things and stuff like that because of vicious conflict. Those that avoid that kind of viciousness. What it is what Sun Yat-sen told me about this earlier, and he said the best way to say it, he goes, Earl, you don't get used to being abused by assholes perpetually. You don't get used to, selfishness, betrayal, things. You don't get used to that. You build an immunity to it so you don't perpetuate it and reciprocate. Okay. So you build an immunity. Says that's the best thing to describe you is you have an immunity to the sickness of selfishness. And I'm like, yeah, that describes it perfectly. That's how you should best say it. The Messiah has immunity to the sickness of the devil and Satan's selfishness. And with women, it's different because women, you have Stockholm syndrome. Women, stay alive, I will find you. Women get raped into the gang. Okay. Men don't get raped into the gang. Okay. They try to rape me in the game. You're going to die. Okay. And they know that. Okay. He'll kill you. Okay. Yes. Okay. You cannot sodomize him to make yourself feel powerful to him. He will kill you. Okay. Even if you get 5 guys down, hold him down like that, he's still going to get up later and he's, I'm going to kill your ass. You're going to never do that to people again. That is wrong to do to people. It's abusive, and it's psychotic, and it's sick, and it's stuff. That's why it's in the book of Leviticus, right? So, yeah, I know I will kill you and stop you. When people submit to that, they feel they deserve it because they weren't strong enough to stop it, like Julian told me at Three Springs. So it's not that. It's, a little boy can't do anything about getting sodomized by his dad and his father because his dad was conditioned in it through incarceratory types of behaviors that we perpetuated for 10,000 years and learned it in prison. Okay? And something you just got to put up with. Like when I gave Corey a hard time about all the guys that were going to make fun of him because he was homosexual. I was just getting him used to it because I knew he wasn't going to be able to avoid it. I wasn't going to be able to get up and say, leave my sweetheart nephew alone that's homosexual, all you asshole jocks. Or I'll have to come to the school and kick all your asses. You can't do that, right? So you have to toughen them up and tell them this is what's going to happen. And here's what they're going to do. I'm just getting ready for it. He used to get upset with me. I was like, it's better to have me explaining to you what I'm doing so you're ready for it than it is to not be ready for it. And have it happen in public at school in front of everybody and embarrassing the living shit out of you. Here it's me and you and Patrick and I'm explaining to you what I'm doing. And, so it's a little bit different, so, and that, cause that's what I used to tell them, they're going to give you a hard time. Okay. You're a sweetheart of a kid, and all the homophobe, aggressive, violent, incarcerating, I feel powerful when I sodomize another man, assholes are going to, they're going to give you shit, bud. Okay. And so when you love your nephew, you get up and you help him through because you adore him. He's a sweetheart. You can act, I can act like a bitch. But Punchy, I had my backup, Punchy. He bitching him like that. Yeah, okay. Trees, don't tell my dad. Corey, you do that again and try to set him up, act like a bitch. I'm kicking your ass, Corey. Corey's like, okay, yeah, don't do the bitch shit. Well, it was Corey's way of getting back. Because, there was nothing I could do at the time at stopping homophobia and abuse. Okay. It was the 20th century. It was in the 1990s, guys. Okay. All I could do was prepare my nephew to how to deal with it. Okay. Now, what? Is that your ass? You want me to kick it harder? Okay. Nobody's watching. I'm correcting quantum computing. I'm the eternal spirit of Yahweh. They're playing you, and it's never going to stop. That's your symbiotic perception of it. Now, from what I see is, even like, the whole thing, what if Atlas, whatever, is an alien shit? I wouldn't see that. I would think that, with the way natural laws are, life's eternal and grace is infinite, and we're all subject to the laws of physics. I would think if anybody was, if they had superior technology, their technology would stop them from being destructive to their own planet and species, and then assimilate more to the eternal faith of the Messiah as opposed to Satan, and which as opposed to Stanley's imagination and Ryan Johnson and George Lucas and so forth, because you can't do that, because if you do that, it's just, okay. Guardians of the Galaxy, that's just a wackadoodles. But I understand the wackadoodle. It's magical fantasy thinking. If I'm going to beat these creepos, it's like the best way to beat the creepos is just get an immunity to be in a creepo. Understand life's eternal, grace is infinite. We're all subject to the laws of physics. Share, care, give in accordance need, built to last. Forgive, to trespass, love, one, eternal, faithful peace. And then stand for that with the courage of faith eternally through love of holy covenants. And the people, I quite imagine a lot of homosexual activity will probably be curtailed, but guys, if we're in a population stabilizing and stuff, there's probably going to be some people that remain homosexual, especially women. Men, it's a little different. Women, but women, you do too much trying to orally gratify to keep a sexually aggressive person satisfied. It will shut down your kidneys. It's very unhealthy. It's like constantly licking the toilet. It's build your immune system for a while, and after a while, it's going to make you sick. And saying you love somebody, and here, sniff my farts, lick my ass clean. She's go, oh, you love it. Yes, she loves you. She's the most gracious, beautiful, loving person, cares about your physical, mental, and emotional health more than you'll ever know. Do you see what I'm saying? It cuts both ways, right? So that's why in the book of Leviticus it talks about things in sexuality. But, you get all these, you self-righteous fucking murdering fucking Christians that Jesus war God and Muhammad blow up to screw 71. Fuck you. You clitoris circumcising piles of raping, murdering shit. You're self-righteous dogs that think you act like a man but don't act like a man. And your women become vicious bitches because of all the DNA interfacing that they get from rapists like you. Hey, if the science fits, put it on. Okay. Ding dong, ding dong, ding. Okay. I just break it down. So, you guys connected me to Tom Holman, guys. Okay. Do you know who you're talking to with? What this man's been a part of with the incarceration system and all that? And he comes in here, okay, challenge. You sure you want to do this? Because I'm going to kick your ass all over the fucking cosmos. Well, if I'm being Terrence Diaz Jr., Ralph, it's the sword, not the wet noodle. And if I'm being an asshole, I want somebody to kick my ass. I certainly hope so. You're getting played by, I understand if you're getting played by your scientists, you want to know. And if you have genetic defects and you have brain injuries that you can't fix, if you feel you care about people and you're fighting because you feel you care about people, you want to know. I guess I have to break it down to the most minute detail and explain it to I love my nephew Corey. He's a sweetheart of a kid. Don't piss him off, though. Like my own lady, she'll snatch you bald, right? So, that's just, hopefully this works sooner than later. That would be really nice. I'd love to be hanging out in the ocean near the Gila and snuggling my Patrick, give him a big kiss, and have Mira go, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. It's okay, everybody's that way. I don't hold a grudge and I don't get mad. I mean, I get mad, I don't stay mad. I have an immunity to begin. I'm pissed off. I hate them all. Fuck them all. Die. No, I understand. You have a brain injury. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what to do. I am the Spirit of Yahweh. Oh, yeah, I got it figured out. Wow, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's really neat. I mean, it goes together like a hand and a glove. Yay. Okay, do you understand? Okay, guys, I'm going to load this one up, and we'll see if we'll talk later. I'm going to go back to listening to my football and watching Sun Devils and listen to Aggies. All right, peace out.